Sorry. Thunder looks better than Pokemon Gen 9. Alright, I'm at least a 3 out of 10. Baller. Remember to thank subs in a minute. What the fuck? Dragon Master Rick said if Gen 9 looks anything close to... wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Red Sky said if you're a 3 out of 10, I'm very worried for Gen 9. I didn't mean gameplay-wise, I meant visually. Visually, Gen 9 is like the best-looking Pokemon. But Gen 9 is the best-looking mainline Pokemon game to ever exist. I need something to compare this to. So it makes sense, so I can just, you know, just hit you, and you can be like, oh, now I get it. So to say something is the best looking Pokemon game visually, it's like picking the best episode of One Piece. Like, it's still dog shit, right? It's good for that, but it's not good, right? In Pokemon's defense, up until recently, it was handheld. So it had a reason for looking like dog shit. But then when Sword and Shield came out, it still looked like ass. Arceus came out, still looked like ass. This is the first mainline Pokemon game that just doesn't look completely horrendous since they got away from... since they moved on to full-blown 3D. We'll say that. I need to look at Let's Go graphics again. You really think Let's Go looked better? So telling me T-Shot you look better than Pokemon Gen 9. If you mean like as a game as a whole, like that might mean something because I have a little bit of hope for this. But if you just mean like visually, like you're not doing me a lot of favors. I thought the dinosaur would be the odd one out, but I kind of forgot he's the fire starter. And if you're gonna make something look shitty, make it the fire starter because people are gonna pick fire regardless. I'm kind of fucking with the grass cat. Now, I never make my decisions until we get the final Evo, because you're going to spend more time with the final Evo than any of the others. So the other ones really don't matter that much. But if they all stay the course, I'm kind of fucking with the grass. Kind of fucking with grass cat. Let's Go look better than Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I think Let's Go look better than... Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl didn't look that bad. Because they did it different. They just did an art style that made it work. Pimpathy, I like the new name color, by the way. It's smooth. They just did the art style. I liked the art direction in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. And when they showed the trailers, it looked good to me. When I pulled the game out, it was like there was a film or like a fog between me and the game. So it was just this weird layer of shit that did not need to be there. You know what I mean? Like it just had this. You know what I'm talking about? There needs to be a word for it. There was just this haze almost in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and it's just like, why is this there? Like I feel like there's easily a switch somewhere that should be able to, like, I could turn that off and the game would just look better. But something just like grayed over. Are we drinking? We will be. I await the day we get a dog starter. Have we never had a dog starter? I don't know, because to me, everybody's saying Litten. But to me, this grass cat almost looks more like Rockruff than it does Litten. What are you picking? I don't pick until we get final Evos, but I'm leaning towards the grass cat. They're all good though. I don't dislike any of them, which is nice because Grookey and Scorbunny were fine, and I liked Sobble a lot. Hated that thing from Sun and Moon, the water type thing. Oh my god, what a nightmare. Foxes are dogs. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. Even if you end up being technically correct, nobody's talking about that. Like that, nobody means that. Hey, a real one. Thank you for the Prime 7 months. Actually, let me do that real fast. Let me. I haven't pulled up my Thinkamus Subamus thing. I should put music on again. Where the? Oh, there it is. So I haven't done this in a while. You almost think I wasn't a streamer. Naruto, thank you for the Prime 55 motherfucking months. Damn, almost 6 years. Hell fucking yeah. Strange, thank you for the 43 motherfucking months. Natsu 47. Bryan Scott 20 months. Mr. G 36 motherfucking months. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm begging to God. If they make it a fucking crocodile, that'll be badass. It almost looked like it was gonna be like a fire type Tyrantrum, which sounds sick. Drac, I figured I don't know. I figured you already would have had like several drawings of the grass starter by now, Drac. That seems right up your alley with the shit you like to draw. Chat, what was a bigger letdown, the Finnegan Evo line or the Samurott Evo line? They're too loud. Or too quiet. Because I think Duat and Braxton, what's the thing's name? What's Finnegan's middle Evo line? I think both of those are probably my favorite middle Evos ever. I'm trying to think of other middle Evos that ball out. But I think Duat and Braxton.
Saw the cat starter. All I thought was Thunder saying, "Whose fucking cat is this?"
That's my favorite currently. Yeah, Mike, what up? Grovile's pretty fucking cool. Grovile's pretty fucking cool. You're right. War Turtle's kind of a badass. I think people sleep on War Turtle. He got wings for ears, man. And his tail, I don't know. Ivysaur's alright. Oh my god. I'm drawing a blank on what, Oh, you know what? Bayleaf's kind of cool. I wouldn't put Bayleaf in the top. Bayleaf's kind of cool. I forgot what Bayleaf looked like for a minute. I had to, like, dig into the recesses of my brain.
Unfortunate information. Not trying to bum anyone out. My mom just passed away.
Sorry to hear that, man. Good luck in dealing with that in the coming days, weeks, months, all that. I know a lot of grief comes with all that. I'm gonna keep moving like that didn't happen, because if I don't, it's gonna fuck everything up, and it's not your fault, but I'm gonna keep moving. Scorbunny one's pretty cool. Yeah, so my problem with the Scorbunny line is Scorbunny looks like a second Evo. If Scorbunny, it's like the actual final Evo Scorbunny looks like a second Evo. If Scorbunny was the second Evo, or if the second Evo in that line evolved into something else, I think that line would be a lot better, but I personally don't like Scorbunny. Monferno, I don't really fuck with Monferno like that. Like, he's fine. I think Duat Breakson. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Oh, I thought my computer was lagging. That's just the song's remixed. Duat, Breakson, and Grovile probably reign top 3. That's top 3 middle Evos. The only difference is Sceptile, while a downgrade, is not nearly as big of a letdown as fucking Delphox and Samurott are. Already said what starter you messing with. I don't pick it till the final Evos come out. So like we don't know for sure, but if I'm just going off what we've seen so far, I like the Grass Cat. I like them all. None of them are bad. You don't really lose with any of those starters from what we've seen so far. But I like the Grass Cat. I feel like first Evo is the easiest to make. And final Evos is absolutely where most Evos get fucked up. Because like all of Gen 2's first, and Gen 2 is my favorite generation, y'all know me. All of Gen 2's first Evos look fantastic. Those are all S+ tier starters. Cyndaquil, Totodile, and Chikorita, all absolutely fantastic starters. I don't like any of the final Evos in Gen 2. I'm not big on Typhlosion. Feraligator's fine, and I don't really care for Meganium. Right? Yeah, this is a Final Fantasy lo-fi mix. This is FF10 song. I have no idea what you're talking about, El Senor. I like Piplup. I think a lot of... Yeah, I just think the baby version of the starters are the easiest ones to make, and it's hard to keep it rolling when you get to the final Evo. Piplup's my favorite line. See, I don't really... Empoleon's weird to me. Maybe also, I don't like the typing much either. Maybe that's influencing how I think, but... Warwolf, think the Prime 19. Apparently Hisui is getting an anime animated by Wit. Very difficult for me to get excited for Pokemon, but if the animation's going to be good and maybe the pro tag doesn't suck ass until it's too late, I can fuck with that. Yeah, I woke up right after the Pokemon trailer dropped, so I'm like scrolling through Reddit, you know, whatever, and then like I opened Twitter back up, and then I'm like, oh, I guess Pokemon news happened because everyone's losing their fucking minds. Doesn't feel like Sword and Shield was 3 years ago. You could have told me Sword and Shield was a year and a half ago. Which honestly is how I prefer to sleep through. I prefer to sleep through those announcements and then get the fucking cliff notes later. Afro over here condemning. That was funny as fuck. Because I was watching Afro and Nick fight each other to the death on Twitter. Because Afro likes the duck. Is that how that went? Afro likes the duck, and Nick liked the fire starter, and Nick was making fun of the duck. And they're just eating each other alive, and I'm over here sitting like petting my grass cat and just throwing some popcorn in. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, keep going. This is great. Like, you know what I mean? No, when I first saw the three of them, I immediately thought that the goofy looking dinosaur thing would be the outcast. I thought that'd be the one people didn't quite fuck with, but it looks like they're all three pretty evenly loved around the board, so. Like I said, none of this shit matters till we get final Evos, though. I don't know if it's only me, but the protagonist for Scarlet and Violet, I wouldn't say ugly, they're just fucking, they're boring. They look like dweebs. They look like they deserve to get bullied. I get the game's modeled for kids and always will be. I am ready for fucking, I'm ready for older protagonists. Bump them up to like 17 or something. Wasn't that a story that happened already? I feel like that's a story that's happened already. I feel like juicing is a story that happens in every anime ever. Or any show ever, for that matter. They've always got to have an arc where they're like, oh my god, this thing's using illegal drugs to enhance itself. How are we going to beat them when they're all coked out like that? In a Pokemon game where you can be the hero or the villain? There's a ROM hack where, There's a Pokemon ROM hack where you play as Team Rocket. You're a Team Rocket member. I believe the point of it is that you realize Team Rocket's doing fucked up shit and you eventually flip it, but I don't know. I was watching the playthrough of it and I don't think the guy I was watching finished it. That was a long time ago. Pokemon Gray? I don't know. There's an Ash Gray where you play as Ash, and it's definitely not that one. Making a Team Magma ROM? No shit. Outlaw. It might be Outlaw I'm thinking of, Pimp. There's probably more than one. It's not like the most complicated premise in the world. And ROM hackers go sicko mode. So there's probably more than one game like that, but I'm pretty sure the one that I was thinking of was Outlaw. Devin Rosa.
How's it going, Thunder?
Thank you for the 10 motherfucking months. Appreciate you. Aquatic Beaver, 11 months. Hey.
11 months, wow.
How you doing? Remember a Pokemon game where you cross the Nugget Bridge and you do become a Rocket member? Oh, no shit, because that's my running gag. Did we talk about the names of Gen 9? Because I'm still double question marked on Scarlet and Violet. I like it. The only thing that's weird, and it's I don't give a fuck, because like Game Freak has their fucking money. It doesn't feel powerful from like a marketing perspective. Does that make sense? Scarlet and Violet both feel like more passive. Probably the first time I've ever felt that way about a Pokemon title, but I wasn't thinking about shit like this when I was a kid. Doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna buy this shit. It'll probably sell amazingly. Game Freak's numbers, I don't give a fuck how they do. I think the names sound nice. It's just, I don't know why my first thing is like... I don't think I've seen the logos. If I did, they didn't jump out to me enough for me to care. They didn't jump out to me enough for me to care at all. Well, okay, the logos will get updated, though. Because anytime we get these colored Pokemon games, you haven't seen the logos with the legendaries in front of them yet. That's when shit'll change. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet, they're just soft names. They're just soft. They're more passive. Is all. Which I feel like if you're selling a game, you want like a fucking hard-hitting. But they'll do fine. It's Pokemon. Who cares? Okay, it's just a weird thing that popped into my brain. Games have been kind of mid? I guess. I mean, we're talking about something that started off as colors, you know? Red, blue, yellow, gold, crystal, silver. They moved on, ruby, sapphire, emerald. Diamond, pearl. I mean, I get, yeah, those are all hard-hitting. Diamond, pearl, platinum, I'm running through it in my head now. Black and white, they really just fucking... We never got gray off that, did we? We just got black 2 and white 2. X and Y. Bit of a mix-up. Threw people for a loop there. They haven't gone back to letters yet, and that's something. Yeah. Or numbers. When are they just going to do Pokemon 1 and 2? You know, when are they going to really divide the people? You're holding back info? They said they showed off less stuff because of the Ukraine shit? Interesting. I hope that's true. Yeah, Twitter, scrolling through Twitter was super weird. What up, CK2?
2 years, God?
I don't know why you're talking to God, but CK2, they good prime. 2 fucking years. Appreciate you. Nice, Drac. They could do Pokemon Binary. They could do Pokemon Binary and Pokemon Non-Binary. Which, technically speaking, puts it back into a binary system until the 3rd game comes out, because you either get binary or you either get filed as, you know, binary or non-binary. You'd have to buy both, and then you'd be non-binary again because you blew it at that point. And then a third game comes out, and you had a whole new. We don't need to go any deeper into this. Pokemon Pineapple on Pizza and Pokemon No Pineapple would be a war. Yeah, for sure. You know, I thought about recently was that, well, it wasn't recently. It was a stat that got thrown out this morning. Legends Arceus is the second best-selling Switch game on launch ever. And I was like, oh, that's crazy because it's kind of a spin-off game and it didn't get as much attention as a regular Pokemon game would. But then I was like, wait, they sold one fucking game. People didn't buy Sword or Shield.
W streamer.
People bought Legends Arceus and that was it. So this is the first time in a while that, even with Let's Go, this is the first time in a while anything that resembled something close to a mainline Pokemon game had one title to buy. Well, first time ever if you want to look at it like that. An evolution guaranteed every gen? No, not at all. Sukiyo. Thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you. Ultraviolet and Scarlet Red would kind of go hard, Naruto. I couldn't even be upset at that. Also kind of confirms we're not getting a Pokemon Gun. They might be done with... I think the era of third Pokemon games in the line is dead. I firmly believe the era of third Pokemon games in the line is dead because they'll just do it as DLC later. Third Pokemon games are mainly used to fix issue from the base games. Yeah, and by the time, I mean, you really still couldn't do any like DLC or patches or updates in even back in the day and age of Diamond Pearl Platinum. Or not Diamond Pearl Platinum. Black and White. Or by the time they got to Black and White, they weren't fixing so much as they were like, we're gonna add more. Black 2 and White 2 was kind of a different game, right? I didn't play them, like, you guys would have to fill me in more than that, but, like, I'm assuming Black 2 and White 2 was a bigger difference in gameplay than, like, Golden Crystal to Silver, or Golden Silver to Crystal, right? Happens afterwards. Yeah, so I think that was the point they hit and they're like, okay, well, we don't really need a third game, but we're gonna do something, and they just kind of did that. And then X and Y literally got nothing. I don't even think X and Y got DLC. X and Y just got nothing. Which is whatever. And now they just sell you a fat stack of DLC. DLC in Pokemon is still not something I agree with because they're selling you Pokemon. That's what blows me up. Isha, you don't need the DLC. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. You either need the DLC, you have to be a fucking mooch, or you have to play Pokemon Go. I'm not listening to that shit. $50 for Mew and Let's Go was also insane. I didn't get that shit. I love Mew. I didn't get that shit. I didn't think I would like Let's Go, though. Arceus DLC was pretty disappointing. Yeah, what did they just dropped a free pack and now there's, like, super outbreaks? Is that basically it?
Half a year.
Wait, Drac, what? Did they patch out proper shiny hunting? Wait, what the fuck? Elohim, thank you for the 6 months. I shouldn't update. Holy shit. Let me just unhook the Ethernet cable from my Switch. Legends. Wow, this update killed some fun. Can no longer chain for shinies within outbreaks. Regardless of if you saved or not and reload, the outbreak will vanish. If you find a shiny outbreak and the shiny flees, you will not be able to save and have the shiny recovered. Okay, hold on. If I'm reading this correctly, if I'm understanding what he's saying, okay, no, he typed it wrong. It's actually the worst thing ever. So someone in the replies, because with the way he words this, he makes it sound like if you save and then go to the camp and the first thing you see is a shiny, if the shiny runs away, you can't reload and then go back to the camp again and get the exact same Pokemon. It sounds like he altered that. But what it didn't sound like... With the way he worded it, it sounded like you could still do the method where if you go to the outbreak, you don't get a shiny, you can reload the save, leave, come back, go to the outbreak. And still do that indefinitely. Is what it sounded like he said, which would have left shiny hunting just fine. But this guy says, if you save at the camp before you encounter a shiny outbreak and the shiny flees, you can still load it and try it again. I just tested it. Somebody else says, I know, right? I guess they just killed the shiny, the chain shiny hunting, which is the only part that matters. It's the only part I care about. But whatever is shiny will stay shiny. Have you tested it after the update? Yes, this is after the update. If I'm hunting for only shiny Eevee and I find an outbreak, can I still save, head back to Jubilife, and head back to the outbreak and hope for a shiny? He said you can't keep the same outbreak. It's basically only one chance to catch an outbreak. Okay, so that's what's fucked. So you can't chain hunt an outbreak for a shiny anymore. So yeah, I might even finish the fucking game. Who cares? He worded it wrong. He worded it in a way where it wasn't dog shit, but the reality is that it is dog shit. Arceus, shiny hunting. I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, but I think the outbreak reset method to shiny hunting was removed in the recent Arceus patch. Yeah, there's a few different people saying this. There's a few different people saying they experienced it too. Yeah, okay. So my Ethernet cable's out. Hey, what up, Pom? My Ethernet cable's out. I'm not updating that game. If I plug my shit in, will it automatically update if I try to play Mario Kart? If I turn the Switch on and try to play Mario Kart? Will it try to auto? Is there a way for me to turn off auto updating my shit? What up, Ace?
Yo, what's good? The big 13.
What up, Amine? Thank you for 13 months. How do you feel about Scarlet? Some Twitch people hating, or Twitter people hating? I can't blame anybody for hating current Pokemon. Unless they didn't like Legends Arceus, then they're a little weird. Dre, thank you for the 15 months. I can disable it. I'm gonna fucking disable it. I'm gonna disable that shit right now. However, I don't think there's... It gave me the notification. It said successfully downloaded update. Oh, that is so sad. I might as well uninstall the game. I guess I just turn it back on. I guess one day we'll just turn it back on and we'll just beat the game in 2 hours. We'll just beat the game in 2 hours and then throw it in the fucking garbage. Which is fine, because the more... I don't have time for this shit anyway. So, if they want to be dog shit and save me from putting more time into their game, they fucking got it. We'll turn the game on one of these days. We'll finish the story in like 2 hours. We'll knock out some of the post shit. I won't have to give a fuck about outbreaks or shiny hunting or anything. And then I'll finish the game. I'll put it down, and then we'll be good. I don't have to level 10 the dex. We can throw that in the garbage. Shiny charm don't mean shit, because who the fuck cares anymore? Alright, I see you, huh? What up, Zark? Probably better in the long run. I almost spent a bunch of time playing a Pokemon game. A bunch more time playing a Pokemon game. Holy shit. What do they change exactly? You can't chain hunt shinies anymore. You can't wait. You can't see an outbreak of a Pokemon you like and then go hunt the outbreak over and over again until you get a shiny. Yeah, don't update your game. What is a massive outbreak? What is a new massive outbreak update? What does that mean? Is it random Pokemon, or is it just like an extremely large outbreak of one Pokemon? Multiple outbreaks on a map with multiple alphas? Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think that's enough for me. I don't think I give a shit. I think I'm good. I think I'm good off all that. Shit, we ready for Elden Ring? Damn, I kind of liked Arceus too. That's a bummer. Because the chain shiny hunting just reminded me of Let's Go, and that's what was fun about Let's Go. I don't know. Okay, so chat, the plan is we're gonna boot up Elden Ring, and every time I die, I have beer. Okay, I'm not doing shots. I have a beer. I don't have a beer. I have beer. I have a lot of beer, but I have beer. And the idea is every time I die, I just take a little drink. Die, little drink. Die, little drink. The boring part is going to be the fact that I am a gaming god legend, and I'm never gonna die. We're gonna be like 4 hours into this, and I'm gonna be bebopping along and be like, yeah, when does the game pick up? And I'm gonna beat Elden Ring in 4 hours. I'm assuming it's like Breath of the Wild, since it's all open world. And I'll just accidentally stumble into the final boss by mistake and just beat that. I thought Twitch banned that. When did that happen? Yeah, I want to get to enjoy my beer. Sober run, more or less. What system you played on? I got it on PlayStation. Elden Ring, your first Souls game? Yeah. Technically, I got a code for Dark Souls 3, and I booted up Dark Souls 3, and I beat the first boss, and I was like, this game isn't for me. But I figure if we get later into the night, I might hop in call with friends or something. So we'll just kind of have Elden Ring on as more of a background thing. Gonna fight a Thunderjaw, nice. He sucked dick and are racist. What difficulty are you playing on? Citizens at Night. No, that's a conversation I had to have with Drip because it's confusing people. Citizens at Night. Drip was titling YouTube videos because I don't really. It's not that I don't pay attention to the channel. I watch the metrics, but I let Drip handle the thumbnails for the most part. I let Drip handle titling the videos for the most part. I let Drip handle the descriptions, all that shit. That's Drip. Drip does that. And I trust him enough that I don't really look at it a lot. But something I noticed Drip was doing is he was titling me talking with like Senna and Dotto or, you know, whoever late at night, Hom, just chilling. He would title that Citizens at Night. And that's not what Citizens at Night is. So we had to go over a title evaluation in those video lines, essentially, because Citizens at Night was always post-Beam. I preferred the name Post-Beam Depression, but we didn't end up going with that. We went with Citizens at Night. So, Citizens at Night is specifically for if we do an everyday beam struggle, and then we still hang out together after the everyday beam struggle's over. Drip grabbed that because he knew it was a name we used to use that would get clicks. But I didn't like that, and I had like 3 people from Squad come to me and say, hey, why is this your title? And then I had a couple people from the friend group who were in the video like, hey, that doesn't make sense as a title. And I was like, yeah, I didn't even know, that's my fault. So those shouldn't be titled Citizens at Night anymore going forward. But that was a little mix-up. Rip got to get a new reaction face for the thumbnails. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Can the Let's Play channel have more playlists? I actually asked them. Y'all gotta start leaving comments on these YouTube videos. Start leaving these as comments on the YouTube videos so I have some level of evidence. Because Drip has been known that the reaction faces for the thumbnails have been ongoing for a while, and I asked him like a month ago if when he gets time to update the playlist, so we have more playlists that isn't just one that says Squad Games with every video ever in it. And he said on it, but like I said, I don't check on that shit. I just kind of throw him a hey, this needs done, and then we keep about our business. Fucking Pineapple just tweeted out, hey yo, do they really have Oreo edibles? Or he said edible Oreos. Like, do they have edible Oreos? Oh my god. And then someone replied back to him, they said, yes, you eat Oreos. That's how Oreos work. They're all edible. They're fucking Oreos. I finally got to follow Pineapple.
What's good, guys?
Pineapple and I were in call a couple times. We have a lot of mutual friends, and we talked a little bit. And like, I'm chill with the guy. I think, you know, he's cool. But we followed each other on Twitter years ago when this happened, and I had to mute him, and I haven't been able to follow him. Like, actually appreciate his tweets since, because he was always tweeting My Hero manga spoilers, and I was an anime only, and I'm finally caught up on the My Hero manga. So for the first time ever, I just get to see Pineapple's tweets. Watching Thunder Smack beat the hell out of Rhyme Style in Xenoverse 1. Oh, you were watching old shit. You were watching old shit. I don't know what's up with my exploit, but exploit for the last 2 streams has consistently told me I have 0 viewers. The whole time. Oh, chat, here's something. Not doing it tonight or anything, you know. But, I kind of have a fat Lost Ark bounty sitting in Twitch, so if we're sitting here just chatting one of these nights and you see me boot up Lost Ark, just roll with it, just hang out. It'll only be an hour. Did I read today's chapter? No, I am not that current. Am I gonna read weekly now? I probably should. I'm through last year's Mania now, by the way. Last year's Mania, if I'm remembering correctly, last year's Mania was probably one of the better Manias ever. If I'm thinking of the right pay-per-view. As long as you saw Roman, Daniel Bryan, Edge. JK manga readers. Yeah, I picked a horrible fucking time to get current on My Hero because they're about the shit is about to hit the fan. Some old classic Thundershot was your Luigi Galaxy run. Would you do it again? I did a Mario or Luigi Galaxy playthrough some months ago. Whenever it came out, whenever the triple pack came out on Twitch, I played through Galaxy, and then a few months later I played through Sunshine. I'm reading I haven't read a chapter in a few days. I'm reading Demon Slayer now. And I just started, so I'm not very deep. But I think if I finish Demon Slayer in a timely fashion, I will probably finish Season 2 of Fire Force and then maybe pick that up. Tom said he really liked it, so... Daniel Bryan really lost at Mania, then got banished from SmackDown by Roman to lose to Kenny Omega, and then... Well, I'm... Okay. As long as El Senor would watch that. Bianca, Sasha, Roman, Bryan, Edge, Owen, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka, great matches. I fucking love Rhea and Bianca are so impressive. I love Asuka too. I wish she's injured right now. Sorry, I was in the middle reading something else. Spader, you remember Daniel Bryan's run before that? I was mad Daniel Bryan was in the Mania match. I genuinely was mad Daniel Bryan was in the Mania match. I think he ended up being there as an equalizer because they knew the Uso would be out there. Or something. I mean, he ended up being in the match because of the fucking ending, to make the ending even more badass too. So like, it made sense by the end of it, but in the beginning I was mad because leading up to that point, Daniel had a one-on-one with Roman that I think had interference that he lost. He got a rematch, if I'm remembering this correctly. He got a rematch. El Senor would know better than me, actually. He got a rematch at Elimination Chamber, because whoever wins the Chamber gets the match. Got fucking rolled for obvious reasons. Weaseled his way into Mania. He had lost to Roman like 3 times in a row by the time that he somehow weaseled his way into Mania. I say weaseled, but made his way into Mania. Lost to Roman again, and then got another rematch to kick him off yeah. Sorry, I keep remembering I can't spoil for El Senor, but we definitely already did all that shit. Elimination Chamber match, then a solo match, yeah. Best WWE run was Summer of Punk. His year-long reign never got to main event at Mania, which is the biggest load of bullshit. I think the best run might be the one Roman Reigns is on right now. I think, especially if he beats Brock Lesnar, I think we can cap this off. Just call it the better than the Summer of Punk Roman Reigns run at that point. Asuka top 2 women's wrestler, she ain't too. Asuka's fucking killer. Bruno Sammartino. I didn't say longest. Longest is different. Longest is different by a lot. Let me ask you something. Are you about to queue up and watch every Bruno Sammartino title defense in his run? Because I'm never doing that. It's like the One Piece of title runs. You know what I mean? Like, however, if you would ask me, T-Shot, would you like to queue up and watch every single Roman Reigns run in order? There's a couple that I wouldn't like as much, but I would absolutely do that. Maybe not in one sitting, but you get what I mean. I forgot AJ held the belt for like a year, didn't he? AJ had a really solid title run. Heel Roman's so good. I wish they pulled the trigger earlier. I am very glad they pulled the trigger when they did. I think the way that they pulled it, I think the way and how they pulled the trigger and when they did it and how they did it was perfect. It sucks that the struggle bus was there, either with the crowd or other reasons for a while, but like you would have had a hard time keeping that man heel when he had to fight off cancer. Very hard time. And also heel Roman, in the sense that I'm about to speak it's barely working now. Heel Roman wouldn't have worked back then at all because the crowd was so against anything Roman wanted to do that if Roman would have turned heel, he would have been unanimously cheered. Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster came out finally. What are your opinions on how they handled Jeff Hardy's return? He could have been box office. I think Jeff Hardy was about, like, granted they could have and probably should have done this a lot sooner. I think Jeff Hardy was about to turn the corner. They put Jeff Hardy on Broken Skulls. Jeff Hardy was still getting cheered even though he was losing a lot of matches, and they were starting to recognize that. I believe if he had not fucked around and done whatever at a house show and wanted to take a drug test, or didn't want to take a drug test or go to rehab or all that shit, if he hadn't fucked up at whatever that house show was for, like, whatever reason he fucked up for, they think it was drugs. I genuinely believe they would have started putting belts on him. He at least would have got a mid-card title. He could have very well gotten a championship after Mania, because this Brock and Roman shit was going to happen, but yeah, El Senor. So when Riddle first came into WWE, I didn't care, but I don't watch a lot of NXT, but when he moved up from NXT to the main card, he was like a serious guy for a while. Like, he does the bro thing, but he was like a serious guy for a while. I didn't like Riddle, like, hardly at all. And then he was doing this goofy thing on Twitter where he'd call out Brock Lesnar every other week. And everyone would just be like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, I think Brock had to tell him, dude, shut the fuck up.
Finally able to catch a stream.
What up, Shad? I think it was 8 months. So Riddle was like kind of annoying, but then they let him just talk and be funny and dumb, and he kills it. He's absolutely incredible at that, and I love that. And then I like RK Bro a lot, so that's all solid. Think he was gonna get a push? Yes, I think Jeff was gonna start getting pushed heavy, because Jeff had made it known that his last bucket list thing is he wanted one more good championship run, and I think he would have gotten it eventually. Would have been kind of hard. It was, they're gonna unify the titles at Mania, so getting the title would have been rough, but like I think within the next year or two it would have happened. Shout out, I think the 8 months. Let's do some Elden Ring shit. I'm scaring away all the non-wrestling viewers. I want to see Willow come out. And take on Roman. I think that because that's what he was hinting to that a lot. When he went from Raw to SmackDown, he hinted at Willow. He talked about how he had plans. He just didn't have the confidence to pitch him yet because Matt wasn't around, and Matt usually pitched for him on the Stone Cold podcast. And then his possible drug thing happened, and he did that weird thing at a house show and got fired. RK Bro coming up. You'll have to watch and find out. Oh, real quick. You know what? I'll boot up Elden Ring first. We got something else I want to talk about later, but we'll get into that later. Elden Ring. Oh, good. It just pops right up to the top, though. I guess a couple of people are playing this game. Don't worry. I'm using Cam for this. Oh, Pimp, was it you that saying... Who said didn't they ban drinking per death on games a while back? Did they actually do that? Is that a thing? Yeah, Spader, I have seen that. A lot. That was Billy G. Appreciate you, Bakers. I don't think that's a rule. forever ago, and when I say forever, I mean like we're talking like 7+ years ago, Twitch made it a rule to where you can't do like drinks for subs.